Um, what is this? Entry number 2. This is technically video 3. Let me double check. This is video number 1, 2. Yeah, this is video 3, entry number 2. And I'm not gonna play it while I do this. I figured it would be more, what's the word? More engaging to actually look at the camera. I mean, I could put the gameplay on screen while I talk, but that would require me downloading an emulator and starting from scratch. And I'm like 22 hours into the game thus far. Yeah, I got some slime too. Is it slime? I don't know. But I hope this video finds you well. Here I am again wearing my emotional support hoodie, aka I need to cut my hair and I don't feel like doing that for the video, so put on a hoodie or a hat. Probably should have put on a hat because it's too hot for a hoodie at the moment, but that's neither here nor there. I'm working on a few film projects. I'm doing a documentary. Yeah, I'm working on a Thanksgiving documentary. That could be done, but I haven't interviewed my mother for her parts yet. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the previous video, if you've been following along. Oh, yeah. What did they say? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Please send this at least one other person. If you hear anything that you may think they might want to hear or listen to, or whatever reason, you might share it with them. I'm working on a documentary. I got to interview my mother for that part. I'm working on I don't know if it's another documentary. Let's call it, I'm not sure what to call it. This project is for my 30th birthday. I'll be 30 this year. And it is a series of, or a collection of conversations I have with different people in my life. To get there, just to, how would I describe it? How did I describe it? Like, we may see or perceive or experience ourselves. No, I'm not. We experience, perceive, and see ourselves through our own lenses. But I would like to see and really hear how me being a part of people's lives have impacted them, how they perceived moments that we have shared, and stuff of that nature. And the third one is a short film. I'm pretty sure I mentioned all of this in entry 0 or the first video. I'm not going to go back to double check. And this third one, this is probably the most pressing. Is pressing a good word? This is the most laborious. This one is requiring the most amount of labor. So, spoiler alert. Well, no spoiler alert. So, the premise of it is a mother and her adult child is getting to the root of why their relationship is strained, right? And the root of the strain of the relationship is the child was beat growing up. Whooped, beat, spanked, whatever word you want to use. And that is the overall premise. Ask me in person some people already know what the overarching narrative or theme is, but that's besides the point. That is the premise. I have to actually write out the plot and script and stuff so we can start filming. Nevertheless, this has led me down I wouldn't say a rabbit hole, but I think any good artist creator, maker of things. Any good artist would research what they're making art about, because for one, we already be biased with our stuff naturally, just being biased. We can do our best to not be biased, but we are innately biased. So I think a good artist researches a topic they are exploring, if it is something beyond themselves, even if it's something they've experienced. And I have been reading reports, data, research. I actually have a book that should be being delivered today that is exploring the impacts, the long-term effects of being whooped, being spanked, corporal punishment, whatever term you want to use. And in me searching these videos, I'm going to make it a mission to keep them under 15 minutes. This research is okay. For those that aren't aware, I am a practicing Christian, and those of you, well, I can only speak for Black people. Black people are very encouraging of physical and corporal punishment. A lot of times you will hear the saying, "Spare the rod, you spoil the child." That's not even a Bible verse. There is a verse that said, "Don't withhold correction from your child. Beat him with the rod. If you beat them, they won't die. Or if you beat them, you'll save their soul from hell," and yada, yada, yada. Now, this has led me down this journey of discovery. Let's call it that. I'm not going to say rabbit hole. I've gone down this journey of discovery, and in my research and my understanding and my conclusions that I have come to, first off, answer me this question in the comments or message me if you got my number somewhere, blah, blah, blah. I find that there is this tension between one verse in Proverbs says, "Beat the child and they won't die. Beat them or you'll save their soul from hell." Then if we jump, it's the next book into Psalm 23. What is it, verse 4? It says, "Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." Now, how do we interpret comfort? That's up for debate or whatever. Are you telling me the same rod that's beating me is supposed to bring me comfort? I don't know. And then somebody has to help me with this. We see, if we jump to the New Testament, let's stay in the Old Testament real quick. If you're caught in the act of adultery, you're supposed to be stoned to death. Yeah, we know that part. Then if we jump to the Old Testament, then you jump to the New Testament, you'll see the woman that was caught in the adultery. They brought her to Jesus. He said, "What you do?" He bent down right in the ground and say, "You without sin, cast the first stone." And he stands up and says to the woman, "Where are your accusers?" And then what he said? He said, "Go and sin no more, or you have been forgiven." Something like that. Now, Jesus corrected that lady when she was due to be stoned. Why can't we correct children without inflicting violence upon them? If Jesus, being the great shepherd, living a life that is an example of how we should live, why can't we correct and discipline? And discipline does not mean hit or strike. Why can't we correct children without inflicting violence upon them? No other scenario in the world where we can hit someone and it be deemed acceptable unless we hit children. Then it makes sense. And long story less long, this path of research that I have been on has brought me to this, I wouldn't necessarily say crossroads. It has brought me to this point where a lot of the things I've heard growing up, specifically in church, were wrong. And there's this tension of, okay, well, what else has been said which was wrong? And it's not necessarily that everybody was intentionally wrong or being manipulative or whatever. It's just lack of information. And oftentimes, I think we're all guilty of it. We've been told things by people who have been placed in roles of authority or roles that are higher than us, or or in positions of power, and they say things and we kind of just take them as truth, or we don't really look into them anymore. Not anymore to confirm. Now, as a dear friend of mine, you can say, it don't matter what you say to me, I am going to pull out my phone and I'm going to look it up to confirm. And that's even more prevalent in my life today. Like, you telling me something and expecting me to just believe it because you said it, that's not happening. Unless it's just like this personal experience that only you can verify, whatever, then sure, that's something else. And it's just the tension of like, and then, okay, you combine that tension and now I'm making this movie project that is confronting a practice that has been in place since forever ago. And I kind of don't want to, there is this discomfort and this hesitation and this being I don't think I'm necessarily afraid to do it or make it. I think I am afraid of how it'll be received and be responded to. Like, I was talking with my friend Jamin, and I'm trying to find a way in the film to have empathy and grace for the parent. And he mentioned an idea, and I was like, I understand that. I just don't want people to receive or hear this part and think, oh, yeah, see, this justifies why you should be hitting your kids. I understand back in the Bible times, years and years ago, a lot of the things they did were for survival's sake. And I'm approaching 15 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. And we have come so far. We have accepted that it's okay to mix fabrics and eat shellfish and do such and such and such and such. And we have evolved our thinking and how we approach other areas of the scripture. Yet we have not evolved beyond the point of hitting children. Like, you can hit a grown adult and you're going to jail. And if we can evolve beyond so many other areas that were once deemed the best idea and the best practice, why can't we evolve beyond that? So this video ain't even supposed to be about that. It's supposed to be about the tension of realizing things that I have been heard are vehemently wrong, and what other things I've been wrong, and the discomfort of having to present or going to present this thing that is completely going against what other people have heard their whole life, like people older than me. And yeah, so I'm just sitting in that discomfort, still doing research. I would like to finish the script before March is over. So after I'm probably going to not work on the script, like, because the way I'm doing it, actually, I'll show y'all. And then I'm wrapping this up. So the way I'm doing it, I have these index cards, and I'm just writing out lines, ideas, plot points, themes, words that contribute to the script on different note cards. And this is where I'm at right now. So My plan is to have the script, at least a draft of a actual script written out before March is over. And I have to really pray and, sit in this discomfort. Because I wholeheartedly believe you can. And then, all right, yeah, let me hurry up and wrap this up. Why is it when we say you don't have to hit kids, people's default is to, oh, so you're just going to let your kids do whatever you want? That's not what is being said. What is being said is there are different means and options and routes and courses to take that to train a child, to teach a child to do or not do something. And that's it. I'm done. Because just the thought of working on this is so taxing. And then actually doing it is taxing. And my lips are chapped and I should have put on chapstick. And I hate that I'm realizing this 17 and a half minutes into recording. So thank you for watching entry number 2. And I'm probably going to stop counting and mentioning the entries in the video, because if this go on for 50, 100 things, I'm going to lose count, and I'm not going to go back and check every count. I'm going to just say welcome to this journal entry. But that's beyond the point. My name is Jaquan. I have big feelings, and I have a hard time expressing them because I have come to the conclusion that people will not be committed to understanding them. And why did I just admit that on camera? I don't know. But that's this entry. I will see you guys maybe this week, probably next week, most likely in the future from now. Bye.